So guys, we have some really fantastic news. It has been long awaited, but the focus is finally shifting back to the Model Y, specifically the Juniper refresh. Now we've discussed this in numerous videos. Tesla's intention to rejuvenate the overall style and design across all of their models. They've started with their Palladium Model S's and X's with the full interior redesign as well as some notable changes on the exterior. All of this eventually brought its way over to the Model 3 Highland, which is exactly what we see today. From what it looks like, Tesla had set a time span of about 1 to 2 years before refreshing each of their own models, meaning that from the point we saw the Palladium refresh down to the Model Highland, this was a span of about 1.5 years before we started seeing all the best features trickle down. Of course, this could be intentional or it could be not, but it would make a lot of sense to give some exclusivity for their premium products before bringing it down to their mass marketed vehicles. So with the majority of their vehicles already receiving the refresh, there is one remaining, and that is the most important car in the world. That is going to be the Model Y. Keeping in mind that the transition is not going to be an easy process, with the Model Y being the best selling car, it is the only one left that the demand is still keeping up to production. What this means is that it is in Tesla's best interest to keep the production line running as smoothly as possible and not to introduce any additional complication that will eventually affect their bottom line. So unlike the Model 3 transition where they were able to stop entire production line and sales of certain trims, with the Model Y it is going to take some additional time and it is going to move at a slower pace. This is where you'll see many of their different approaches to incentivize the purchase of the current design, from offering entirely different and exclusive color options to building an entirely new interior design for certain markets to dropping the APR down to 0.99%. These are many of the ways that Tesla is trying to get owners to jump into a new Model Y. So all of this in the end comes down to one single goal, and that is to clear out all the remaining inventory that Tesla has left of the Model Y. So everything they have pre-bought or pre-built that is sitting in the corner there needs to all be cleared out before they jump on to the next thing. By now, if you are in the market for a brand new Model Y, you are probably well aware of their second generation vehicle. This is dubbed the Project Juniper, and this is where you're going to be seeing a completely full redesign. This is not going to be your average Model Y with few bells and whistles for certain markets. This is going to be the full-blown refresh that you have seen in the Model 3. Things that we can almost guarantee to come to this brand new Model Y is going to be the accent lighting, the rear display, and the stockless design. There is going to be a bunch of other things coming directly from the other vehicles, and then some more. Now, some other things that we can also expect are going to be coming from the mechanical side, things such as better suspension, better dampers, and specially made tires. These are coming from the Model 3 Performance, but will likely be coming to all trims on the Model Y just for that added comfort. Of course, we can't forget, but the biggest thing here that is going to be coming to the Model Y has to be the upgraded autopilot cameras. These are going to be the Hardware 5 suite that will be previewed during the August 8th Robotaxi event. I would say that there is no better time and no better vehicle than the refresh Model Y during its redesign stages, especially being that this is going to be the best selling car in the world once again, and it will be the car that everybody will have. Alright, so now let's get on to the actual topic of this video, and that is going to be the latest update to the Model Y Juniper. Just a few weeks ago, we had our first glimpse of a production run console for the Model Y. Now this here is going to be one that is very subtle but is very noticeable, and you will see it coming out directly from Giga Shanghai. From this picture here, you can see that the center console of the Model Y is substantially longer and wider than that of the Model 3. This has been confirmed by some people that have done all the dimensions and measurements. But one thing here that really sticks out, and you will notice it, is the border of the charging pad, and this is where it'll give that additional accent and premium feel when you hop into the vehicle. If you you compare this next to the current Model 3 Highland, you will notice that with that missing portion and without that accent design, it does feel a little bit bland where the charging location is. So this is where the Model Y is going to be getting that really nice luxury accent. Anyways, if you want to know more about that, or if you missed out on the last video, definitely go check that out because there is some good information over there and what Tesla is currently doing right now. I will drop a link in the description below and right up top there. Now, this part here may come as a big shock to you, but for the very first time ever, it seems like the Model Y refresh, or any Tesla product for that matter, is going to be coming ahead of schedule. According to recent sources in China, the Model Y refresh Project Juniper is expected to come sometime next month. A user on Twitter that goes by Tesla China Whip with a pretty decent following from larger accounts within this space has stated that the Model Y is expected to come by July. He also went on to say that if you are in the market for the Model Y, it is recommended that you wait. Now, if all of this turns out to be true, this is one of the quickest turnaround time we have ever seen when it comes to transitioning from an older to a newer design. Now, this would end up meaning that they are way ahead of schedule, with the Model Y expected to come out and be announced in Q4 of this year outside of the North American market. This would be that they are going to be 6 months earlier than expected. Now, of course, this is a long shot and extremely out of the ordinary for Tesla, but there are times out there that they do want to shock the world, and I do believe that they have been prototyping, they have been testing this vehicle internally, and they have not made it public just as they did with the Model 3. But of course, nothing can be too secretive. We have already started getting some more images, some more videos, and some more details of this specifically made Model Y. I want to save that for now and get into more details of what we saw and what we can expect in the following days, so definitely stick around. I will be having another video specifically on the Model Y Juniper very shortly. I want to save that for now and get into more details, what we saw and what we can expect. But as of right now, the Model Y is going through a very beautiful transition. If this is expected to come out earlier than we had anticipated, if you are in the market for a Model Y right now, I do recommend holding out because you can possibly get into a much better vehicle within the next few weeks rather than what you expect. I will be keeping an eye out on every little detail that comes out, and you guys will hear it here first. So definitely stick around, hit that subscribe button, that bell notification if you haven't already done so, and follow me on Twitter at HeyJohnE. Over there, you guys can chat with me, DM with me, and I will try to respond as quickly as possible. Anyways, this should be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is John once again. Peace out.